back into the public session of our agenda, and the first item is the consent calendar that appears right under the approval of minutes section. We did the minutes already, so now we'll do the consent calendar. As you look at the consent calendar, my first question is, are there any items on that consent calendar which any commissioner would like to remove and consider individually? And I'm hearing and seeing no requests for same. So Commissioner Thompson, please, on the consent calendar in the public session.
Mr. Chair, I hereby move the commission approve the consent calendar for our public session as presented.
Thank you. Any questions, colleagues? The administrator will call the roll, please.
Commissioner McCauley. Aye. Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Chair Fiskham.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Colleagues will now move to lobbyist penalty correspondence issues related and number 16 first. Director Myers, please.
I'll simply reiterate what the recommendation in your books is, which is this is his third violation. Therefore, I recommend reduction of the penalty by 50% to $30.
Questions, colleagues? Hearing and seeing none. Commissioner Thompson, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the staff recommendation on item number 16 involving Jonathan Rotschwag.
Thank you. Nice job.
No one here to correct.
The administrator will call the roll, please. Item 16.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley. Aye. Chair Fiskham.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Item 17, Director Myers.
Yes, this again is a third violation for this lobbyist, and the recommendation is to reduce penalty from $30 to $50.
Mr. Thompson, please.
Mr. Chair, I move we have approved the staff recommendation for Greer Kaplaki and impose the suggested fine.
Thank you. Please call the roll, Administrator.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley. Aye. Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Chair Fiskham.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
We'll now move to lobbyist client penalty correspondence. Number 18, Director Myers.
Yes, Chair Commissioners, Federal Construction. The recommendation is for the first violation, a letter of education, that's Q1 of 2024. For the second violation, Q2 of 2024, a reduction of the penalty from $4,350 to $435. And then for the third violation, a reduction of the penalty from $70 to $35.
Quick question. Is there any, I haven't read it again, but is there any reason for the delinquencies continuing that you know of?
My recollection, it's been a while since I looked at it, but my recollection was that the client had not been fully informed by the lobbyists of what the duties were in terms of filing the quarterly expenditure reports.
Sure. That's what I was just going to say for the record, that as a retired lobbyist, one of the most important things for lobbyists to do, which isn't in law or rule per se, is to make sure their clients who may be based elsewhere follow through on their obligations as clients to file registrations and expenses. And my humble judgment is lobbyists in Oregon who don't do that ought to be sanctioned. But that's just me. So, Mr. Thompson, item 18, when you're done chewing.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move we accept the staff recommendation in item number 18 in a matter of better built construction.
Thank you. Minister will call the roll. Item 18, please.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley. Aye. Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Item 19, Director.
Yes, Chair, this is Central Land and Cattle, and there are two violations. The recommendation is letter of education for the first and a reduction of the penalty on the second to $10.
Questions? Mr. Thompson, please.
Mr. Chair, I move we accept the staff recommendation in number 19 and our meeting book in the matter of Central Land and Cattle.
Thank you. Administrator will call the roll, please.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Item 20 involving AGC. Director.
Chair, Associated General Contractors, the recommendation is a letter of education for the first violation, and on the second violation, no reduction as the penalty was only $10, and we don't generally go below that, making it a penalty.
Colleagues, questions? Mr. Thompson, please.
Mr. Chair, I move we accept the staff recommendation in item number 20 of our meeting books dealing with Associated General Contractors, Oregon Columbia Chapter.
Thank you. Administrator will call the roll, please. Item number 20.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Passed 5-0.
Item 21, Oregon Workforce Partnership. Director.
Yes, Chair. This is actually their sixth violation, but I would note that each of the prior times, they were only a day or two late, and each time they simply paid. And this time they asked for mitigation. So since it was really the first time that they asked for mitigation, my recommendation would be to reduce the penalty from $20 to $10.
Okay with that? Comments? Mr. Thompson, please. Item 21.
Mr. Chair, I move we accept the staff recommendation in our meeting books, item number 21 for the Oregon Workforce Partnership.
Administrator will please call the roll.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Item 22, Director.
Reading my notes. So they had previously received a letter of education several years ago, quite a few years ago. They had a penalties of $130 for Q3 of 2024. The recommendation is to reduce those penalties to $20, which is typically for a first mitigation pass a letter of ed, we go to 10%.
Thank you. Questions? Mr. Thompson, please.
Mr. Chair, I move we accept the staff recommendation for item number 22 in our meeting books dealing with the Arthritis Foundation.
Administrator, please call the roll. Item 22.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Item 23, Director.
Yes, fine health. This is a fourth violation, but again, in each of the previous times, they simply paid their penalties. The penalty currently owed was $950. The recommendation is to reduce that to $95.
Questions? Mr. Thompson, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the staff recommendation for item number 23 in our meeting books dealing with find help.
Administrator, please call the roll. Item 23.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thanks, colleagues. We did the stipulated final orders consent calendar earlier, did we not?
Yes.
So now, colleagues, we're down to item 30, a stipulated final order involving a civil penalty. That person involved is Sheila Jasperson, who was hoping to be online.
She's on.
Is she so online? Ms. Jasperson, are you online? Can you hear me? Ms. Jasperson, can you hear me?
Ms. Jasperson, you are on mute. If you push *6, I believe, you should be unmuted. We can hear you now.
Ms. Jasperson, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. This is the time set aside to review the stipulated final order involving you. That said, the first step will be a report from our appropriate investigator, who is Investigator McIntyre, please.
Thank you, Chair Piscom. This is Andrew McIntyre for the record. Thank you, the rest of the commission as well. This is a review of the stipulated final order with Sheila Jasperson regarding agenda item number 30. Ms. Jasperson previously had her case before the commission on May 10th, 2024, where the commission considered information in the investigative phase. At that time, they acted to find a violation, multiple violations. And Ms. Jasperson, after that finding, we did a negotiated settlement instead of in lieu of her going to a contested case hearing, or a default penalty or default settlement. Essentially, she owned a coffee cart business. But she used her official position to ensure agenda items were on the consent calendar or the calendar related to that in her official position. And Ms. Jasperson has agreed to the terms of the stipulated final order, which requires Ms. Jasperson to pay a civil penalty of $100. And that amount does fit within the recommendation of the penalty matrix. Thank you.
Investigator, any questions for our investigator from any commissioners? Hearing and seeing none, Ms. Jasperson, if you choose to make a comment, this is your opportunity to do so. You should feel no obligation in light of the stipulated final order that you've signed, but if you choose to make a comment, now is your time.
No comment, thank you.
Thank you for being with us. Colleagues, you've heard the report from our investigator. Any comments, questions about how we ought to proceed today? And I will look to Commissioner Thompson, seeing no hands raised, to make a motion.
Mr. Chair, I hereby move that the commission approve the proposed stipulated final order as the final order in this matter, and that the chairperson be authorized to sign it as such.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any questions about the motion? Hearing and seeing none, the administrator will call the roll. Item 30.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez.
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley.
Aye.
Commissioner Burke.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Chair Fiscom.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you, colleagues. Next item is another stipulated final order involving Mr. Mark Joyce, investigator Pacheco. Thank you, Investigator Pacheco. Please make a report.
Of course. Thank you, Chair Fiscom and Commissioners. This is Investigator Daniel Pacheco for the record. Agenda item 31 in your meeting book is a stipulated final order for Mark Joyce, a board chairman for the Ventura Road Assessment District number 4. On January 5th, 2024, the Commission voted to move this matter to investigation to determine if Mr. Joyce had violated the provisions in ORS Chapter 244. In the preliminary review report, it appeared Mr. Joyce had failed to declare a conflict of interest and use his position when he made recommendations or voted on matters concerning Grasshopper Road, a local road district which ran adjacent to his cattle business. During the investigation phase, Commission staff were able to verify Mr. Joyce's violation of 244.120 sub 2 and 244.040 sub 1 based on road district meeting records. In this case, Mr. Joyce failed to declare a conflict of interest, and his actions to have the district pay for improvements to Grasshopper Road provided a financial benefit or avoidance of a financial detriment to him and his cattle business. But for his official position, Mr. Joyce would have incurred personal expenses for repairing Grasshopper Road or in vehicle maintenance costs. Mr. Joyce, through his attorney, has agreed and indicated he wishes to conclude this matter and has signed the stipulated final order. The order in your meeting book provides that Mr. Joyce will pay civil penalty in the amount of $1,500. We are recommending that the commission approve the stipulated final order. Thank you.
Colleagues, any questions? Thank you, Investigator Pacheco. Any questions for our investigator? Hearing and seeing none. Commissioner Thompson, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I move that the commission approve the proposed stipulated final order and that the chairperson be authorized to sign it as such.
Thank you, colleagues. The administrator will now call the roll. Item 3-1.
Commissioner McCully. Aye. Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Chair Fiscom.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
You colleagues, moving on, there are no default final orders. There are no reports of investigations. There are no advisory opinions. The correspondence received did not require action on our part, informational only. I would submit to you, as I often do, or others often do, that those letters that our staff has prepared are A, well done, and B, worth reading. So I'll leave it to you to read those at your leisure if you have not already done so.
Could I address items 39 and 39A?
We're going to come to those right now. Does 39 require action on our part?
Require any
Okay.
action on your part?
I know you, thank you. And so that's a 30, you can please address that. And then 39A is the additional one that you've added lately. So Director, please.
So Yvonne, I believe, wanted to disclose a conflict of interest with respect to item 39.
Yes, that's right. I thank you, Executive Director. This is Commissioner Yvonne Resendez Gutierrez. I have a potential conflict of interest as to item 39 involving the Oregon School Boards Association. My law firm, Miller Nash LLP, represents the Oregon School Boards Association. So I will not be participating in the vote. I will be abstaining from voting on this matter or discussing it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And to clarify, there is no vote required on this matter. It was presented because we want to ensure that the commission is aware of the new process that we have developed. ORS 1925 700 requires that members of governing bodies with expenditure authority in excess of $1 million per year are required to take mandatory training on public meetings law at least once during their term of office. And the statute specifies that that training can be provided by OGEC or by another entity whose training has been reviewed and approved by OGEC. So this is the first of that review and approval process. Stephanie worked very hard to make sure that the assessment tool that we have covers all of the areas of law. And so we completed the assessment for the school board associations. We worked with them to make some changes, and they submitted their final training. And based on our recommendation, I determined that it met all of the requirements and was approved. So the letter is available on our website so people can find out, has this training been approved? And we are now working toward doing that for other groups' trainings.
Any questions on that, colleagues? Thank you for that explanation. That's helpful. I did not know there was that approval issue. And so I'm happy to know that you and staff are making sure that that training meets the test of your training effectively. So thank you for that. Okay, item 39A. And this was on the agenda. The director asked me and I said, please put this on the agenda after I read the letter. So proceed, please.
So this was the addendum that I issued. This was correspondence with Shasta Wynn. We had a series of correspondence with her. She then sent in those 2 emails that are in your meeting book, asking that they be conveyed to the commission itself. And so what I have provided to you is her 2 emails to the commission, and then the letter that I sent her in response. I would invite any commissioners, if they have any additional response that they would like to make, Please send it my way and I will forward it to Ms. Witt.
Colleagues, as I have done, please, if you haven't done so, but I assume you might have read this letter, I'd be happy to take any comments on it. I have a couple quick things to say in a moment, but I'll yield to colleagues if you have any comments on this letter. My comments are to the suggestion, if not allegation, that some of us have been contacted by persons in and around the governor's office in Oregon about issues before us. I would say for my part, on the record, absolutely not. In my 7-year tenure here, nobody from the governor's office has ever contacted me about anything. These issues included, and that's a good thing. The governor's office, in my judgment, as one commissioner, has never attempted to intervene, or its agency, DAS, whatever it is, never attempted to intervene with me on any issue coming before the commission. And I would say that for the record anywhere, including under oath. So that's just my reaction to this letter, raising a number of issues. I think Susan's response is just, from my standpoint, on target. Any comments from anybody else? Hearing and seeing none, we will move on to the miscellaneous items, number 40, involving Adam Watkins, a motion to expand our scope of investigation. Is that?
Yes, that's mine.
Oh, Investigator Sullivan, please.
Yes, thank you, Chair Fiscum and Commission. Agenda item 40 in your meeting books is a motion to expand the scope of an investigation for case number 254 EMW for Adam Watkins. The Commission moved this case to investigation at its meeting on August 2nd. Since that time, to investigate violations of ORS 244040 and 244120. During the investigation, new information has come to light indicating that there could be additional potential violations of ORS 244. Specifically, the commission staff has received an investigation report from the Blatchley School District, and the conclusions in the report indicate that Mr. Watkins may have made unauthorized purchases, received unauthorized reimbursements, and compensated himself for grant-related duties without authorization. So per the memorandum, we're asking that the commission expand the scope of the investigation to include whether Mr. Watkins may have violated ORS 244040 sub 1 and ORS 244120 sub 1 sub C when he took actions in his official capacity to obtain financial benefits for himself.
Thank you. This requires action, right?
Yes.
And Commissioner Investigator Sullivan, thank you for your memorandum. It's very clear in its face, and so I appreciate it. Get a chance to read it in advance. So thank you for your work. Commissioner Thompson, are you ready to make a motion?
I am, Mr. Chair.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I hereby move the commission find there is a substantial objective basis for believing that Adam Watkins may have violated ORS 244040 sub 1 and ORS 244120 sub 1 sub C, and that the commission should expand its investigation accordingly.
Thank you for the motion. Colleagues, questions? Hearing and seeing none, the administrator will call the roll. Please, item 40.
Commissioner Burke,
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson,
Aye.
Commissioner Resendez Gutierrez,
Aye.
Commissioner McCauley,
Aye.
Chair Fiscum.
Aye.
Motion passed 5-0.
Thank you, colleagues. The trainer's report will now be given by X.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Trainer Rick Sylvester for the record. As you can see from the materials that we've provided, we continue to be booked and busy, but we would especially like to recognize Commissioner Jonathan Thompson. Thank you so much for meetings law training. We are offering public meetings law trainings in person now. We trained folks in Kaiser and St. Helens, about 50 people at each of those locations. And our January and February training schedule is fully booked, and we are scheduling trainings in March and April. So we continue to offer a live weekly public meetings law training webinar every week. And Lex has presented a public meetings law reference guide, reviewing different types of governing bodies. That was included in your meeting materials. And Stephanie has partnered with the governor's appointments team to offer a series of public meetings law trainings to the governor's office, members of state boards and commissions, and the staff who support them. As Susan has mentioned, the training approval process has now gone live due to Stephanie's efforts, and we have a page on our website that lists those approved trainings, and you can look them up in our case management system. We partnered with Yamhill County Public Works for training on ethics law, and Mr. Sims participated in that training for his stipulated final order. And your newsletters will be in your inbox next week, and 48.2% of people opened our bulletins in November, which we're super excited about.
That is not 48.2% of people. That's, your distinction is very helpful. Thank you.
And I do just want to point out, Commissioner Thompson, thank you for the feedback on the training. We have included information in the training about that the public meetings law has been around since 1973. And that really there's just some minor changes in terms of the actual content to help ground people in that this isn't a new thing, even though there may be some rules or procedures they may be unfamiliar with, that most of these have been around for a while.
Yes, just to clarify that, there were some people in my training who were kind of bristling at, why would the Ethics Commission make us do this? And it's like, we didn't make you do this.
The law passed.
Yeah, there's a statute that, so I appreciate that clarification. And I really did enjoy the training. I think there's 3 trainers on there that kind of rotated through, and the variety was good. And when you see 2.5 hours and you've grown, it actually moves pretty quick. So it was good. I appreciate it.
I hope you talked slower for Mr. Thompson.
She repeated things a lot.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for our training staff? Thank you for that report and for waiting to make it for a while. So good report. And I think we've seen today in various ways as we've gone through issues, how important training is for some people who appear before us, who have acknowledged that need on their own part, wherever they were. And so thank you for following through on that. Okay, we're nearing the end of our agenda today at 1:06. The executive director's report. That means you, Ms. Myers.
Keep it short. I will begin with by more formally acknowledging our new employee investigator, Lion Gallagher, who joined us about 4 weeks ago, roughly. And yeah,
Been that long?
so she is quickly catching up to speed. She will be writing a report that will be in your next meeting agenda.
So she hasn't made her inaugural report yet?
It will be in the next one.
Wait, January 24th.
She's working on it. So
Well,
we're
make
very
sure
happy.
make sure the inaugural dunk tank is ready to go.
So we're very happy to have her, and she's been a very nice addition to our staff.
Where are you from, Ms. Gulliver? Gallagher?
Originally
from?
Detroit.
Pardon me?
Originally Detroit, Michigan, but I've lived in several states and most recently British Columbia. But I'm back in Portland.
You're south. Way to go.
And go Lions.
I was gonna say, I hope she's not a Lions fan.
I'm a Lions fan.
Oh, this is just getting worse.
And they're having a good,
They are having a good
win.
year.
it's been a few decades.
It's been a long time.
The other thing I wanted to make note of is that Stephanie Hefner and Casey Fenstermaker just returned a day ago from the COBOL conference. And this year it was in Los Angeles. So I'm sure they appear to have enjoyed it.
Despite LA and California, you enjoyed it.
Visit Kogel State.
Very much so. Again, for everyone's knowledge, COGL stands for the Council on Government Ethics Laws. So it is ethics commissions, secretary of states, they cover ethics, lobby, campaign finance, all of it.
A group Oregon rejoined a couple of years ago.
We've actually been a member for a long time, but we became more active in it.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
So other things to note, the governor's recommended budget, the governor's budget was released. We were very happy to see that For the most part, it is continuing at our current service level, but with the addition of the 4 POPs that we have, I've listed.
What does
them.
POPs mean?
Policy option package.
Thank you very much. I know.
Which is basically asking the legislature to increase our limitations to include these 4 items. And they are to pay our DOJ bills, which are
Sure, astronomical.
They're worth every penny though, Susan. Every penny.
Absolutely.
a position reclass, some additional upgrades for the training.
Yeah.
And then we are asking for some additional funds to go with some existing funds that are already in the pot to work on some modernization and potential replacement of CMS and EMS.
And
Make them work.
those issues, as they would be covered by us, will not be covered in any way until Ways and Means consideration of the agency's budget, whenever that is to occur, post the legislature's convening in late January.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is the governor's recommended budget based on our asks.
Right.
But obviously, wait and see what the legislature does with it.
None of that requires the passage of a bill. It requires the passage of your budget as part of it. Thank you.
Correct. And then I've provided here some case stats, advice stats, and training stats. Just to let you know, and this is basically through the first 11 months of the year, we are exceeding all records on all fronts. So that's it.
And I would just add a quick comment that your executive did a very good job on Tuesday for a half day at the legislature, making a certain number of positive impressions on a few legislators, none of which I add relate to what we'll be doing in January on, because the new legislature does not exist yet. His new boss is still got a capital office, Dan Rayfield. Isn't at the AG's office yet, just to put one point on that. But Susan did a good job of meeting with legislators on last Tuesday. So. Accompanied by you know whom.
Who knows everyone?
True, unfortunately.
Very far.
Okay, Director, that's it. Any other comments for the good of the order from anybody? Thank you all for your perseverance today and being here. Thank you, commissioners, for sticking with us the entire day. I hope you all have a great Christmas and a good holiday season, and we'll see you, if not earlier, on January 24th. We're now adjourned. Thank you all.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.